What it do, YouTube? Is Coffee tapping back in, man. And this whole GFace breaking news is crazy, but it's breaking, but not breaking at the same time. Breaking that, the extent of what a rat he is. But people been known, man. The proof has been out there. The paperwork has been out there. There's other paperwork individuals weren't up on, obviously, with all this, being an informant against the Mexican mafia and whatnot. But there was just so much ish that was inconsistent that he was saying and no one was buying and believing. And that's just what is so weird about this guy. Like, what a weirdo. You feel me on that? Like, one of the things that went down when he was on No Jumper the first time around was that call to the guy that Snoopybadazz told on. I'm using air quotes, right? Because that wasn't the guy that Snoopybadazz told on. Snoopybadazz is indeed a cold rat. That's a fact. But that was just so weird to call some random dude that had nothing to do with the situation and try to spin it that way. Like it was purely bugged out and weird. And like Snoopybadazz, I would say like he deserved an apology for that. But at the same time, fuck that weirdo himself. He don't deserve ish because he's a cold-blooded clown just like GFace. These two dudes are almost one and the same in so many ways. Everything from their past is fabricated and lied on. They got like GFace was a little ghost and he was trying to capture everyone. Snoopybadazz was, different names from multiple different hoods and told like they're just one and the same. They both be out here on some weirdo-ish, always trying to spin everything, no matter all the proof that you could see right in their face. You know what I'm saying? Like Snoopybadazz got on the stand and told, but he's not a snitch. Like, you know what I mean? Pictures came out. He's been telling everyone for years, where's the picture of me crippin'? The picture to come out with him throwing some ish up with blue strings in his chucks or whatever, blue chucks on. Like the dude that, was from that Crip hood that was somewhat protecting his, relationship with Snoopybadazz because he'd been known him for the longest time, Billy Joe voice. And he also thought that maybe Snoopybadazz could get him on into the rap game and help him. And, at a certain point, he just realized that all these little movements that Snoopybadazz had from, the new mafia, which logo happened to look a lot like a Yankee symbol, which is the, neighborhood Crip symbol when it comes to rocking hats or whatever. Y'all know what I'm talking about, right? Then the gold label, which happened to be, someone that was a part of his movement that, got the fluck away from him when he realized he wasn't really signed or a part of any kind of real movement, that it was just fake, fraudulent, goofy-ish. You know what I'm saying? Dude was a Crip and, they rock yellow rags from his neighborhood. Snoopybadazz put that in his situation with the whole gold thing. And it goes on and on, the red and blue rags. Like he's just continued to reinvent himself over and over again and trying to act like he stands on all this ish. But really, he's just a total goofy liar, bozo rat. You know what I'm saying? And it's like the same situation with GFace. It's all fabricated lies, and no matter what, they'll both continue to lie. Like these dudes are the same dudes. GFace is like the Armenian Snoopybadazz, and Snoopybadazz is like the black GFace. Like you just can't make up this type of goofballness. And they get online and tell all these lies, and just no matter what is actual factual, they'll still tell you all these reasons why everything's wrong and why they're really the truth and the realest ever to do it, and all this lame ass goofy lie tales, man. It's just terrible, cringy, downright lame. And peep it, even before the internet, the blogosphere era that we live in, where everyone wants to be famous, everyone wants to be an influencer, everyone wants to be a rapper, everyone wants their 15 minutes of fame and ish like that. You know what I mean? They want to get that money and, cap on the gram and cap on YouTube and all that. Even before all this, individuals know, you know what I'm saying, that there was motherfuckers that would pop up somewhere and they would just have a past. Oh, I used to be from here. I used to be from there. You always got to watch from them motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying? Like if it looks like a duck, quacks like a duck, whatever, it's a motherfucking duck. And that's what's so crazy with this GFace ish, man. Like, how weird and stupid is this guy that after all this, like testifying against Mexican mafia and all that, being a straight up informant, being in protective custody in jail, the federal government paying for you to move to Atlanta to start a new life and all that, right? You turn around and come back to LA, right? You turn around and get all on the internet and do all this bozo-ish. Like, you can't have it both ways. You can't have your cake and eat it too. You know what I mean? I always tell y'all, anyone who tunes into this channel, I'm no gangster, I'm no street dude. You know what I'm saying? You come break up in my house, I might lay you down, but I got no qualms about calling the law. I'm not a gangster. I'll beat a motherfucker's ass though. My hands work and all that. But I'm just saying, like, I'm not trying to cap in front with all this fake tough guy-ish like these motherfuckers are. And it's like, y'all done told and ratted on people, but then you still want to be out here, repping all this, like you're that dude and you come from this, like it's just scary and weird at the end of the day when you really think about it, that GFace was still on Front Street trying to do all this, like it was bugged out that he was lying about the little ghost-ish and that he was lying about the snitching when there was all kinds of pieces of the paperwork out there. But this man done had a green light on his head, against a very dangerous organization. You know what I mean? Like, this guy was like, if Snoopybadazz or 6ix9ine and Henry Hill had a kid, like a dude from Goodfellas that ratted on the mob, the crime families back in that era where, like, you know what I'm saying? They had power and they were really busting a move all the time. Like, if you had a target on your back, it was serious. Hell, he was like, if 6ix9ine and Savage Studios had a baby and Snoopybadazz babysat and raised every day, you know what I'm saying? Raised the kid and instilled his rat ass principles, lame identity crisis principles and way of life. That's what he taught the individual growing up after he came from two rat ass motherfuckers in his DNA, but still wanting that attention, still wanting to be on the gram, still, like, it's just unbelievable. Like, comment, y'all, if you guys feel me on this, just the lameness, and then I think I pointed it out already, or maybe not. Snoopybadazz and GFace both be out here flagging videos like straight up fuck boys. And then you heard about the whole thing GFace was doing, them damn PPP loans, scamming. A lot of people got caught up at, I do a lot of ish, a lot of business, me and the wife, you know what I mean? This is just a hobby. Like, I always tell all these busters and custers out there that like try to come at me. So I like, I just hop on here and do my content and talk my talk, and I do it how I want to do it, and you can go fuck yourself. You know what I mean? Like, y'all are a bunch of lame Jane ass bitches. But the point is when that sickness was in full effect and they were handing out them PPP jump offs, people that I knew personally was like, Coffee, you and the wife should get, I ain't having no parts of taking none of that money. You know what I mean? They're going to want to see what you do with that money. You're going to have to document it, and they basically audit and make sure everything is good. And it's a loan on top of it. It's not a gift. And a lot of cats went down for this ish. You know what I'm saying? And GFace used it and did something with it and all that. But ultimately, you see, he's caught up in this new indictment and he's got another Fed beef. And it's just crazy, man. And then Snoopybadazz, he might not have had the PPP loans, but he sure as hell was robbing his fans. Another thing that he was able to erase from the blogosphere by flagging videos and whatnot. But we got the receipts on that one too. The only thing I wonder if GFace was like geeking and tweaking like a $2 hooker the same way Snoopybadazz was too. Like, cause you could tell obviously with the Snoopy dude's body language and how he acted on No Jumper and everything that he was high as a kite, man. He's taking this synthetic, dirty, like meth, fake Molly-ish out here or whatever, have them all tweaking and twacking like that, man. But was GFace high? That would be another thing that maybe would be similar between these two individuals. You know what I mean? Why would anyone put themselves in this kind of danger? GFace was doing this all this time, man, with the Mexican mafia looking to body him and got at him a couple times. You know, it's just absolutely bonkers. But to keep it real, you know what I mean? They should go the 6ix9ine route. If GFace is able to get back out of jail and all that, him and Snoopybadazz should put that beef aside and form like Voltron. You know, they could even maybe do a feature with 6ix9ine, you know, because we know Wack100 flux with 6ix9ine and all that, and GFace was tapped in with him, even though he knew GFace was a rat. And you know, Snoopybadazz and Wack got that history. But if Snoopybadazz finally came out and embraced his ratism, you know, Wack would probably put that play in place and get him the 6ix9ine feature, and they could all just get on the track and rap about how everything about them is a lie, how they're fake ass gangbangers, and how they told, and you know, that's their new movement. You know, it would probably get a lot more love from the people than all this fluckery that they've been on. You know what I'm saying? Like, the nerve of these goofy rat lane busters. It's just absolutely insane. But hit the comments. Let me know your thoughts about this all. If you're just taken aback by this, you know, like, it's not like we didn't know these dudes were rats and frauds, but the level of all this is just mind blowing. And the fact to want that fame so bad, it's like, is it the D-Rugs? Did you bump your head? Like, why? And then even crazier too, before I close this out, after GFace had did all that ratting and telling and everything, and you guys seen on the 1090 Jake video and the different paperwork as well popping up in this, that he got 4 years for robbing someone with a knife for $40. You goofy. And got 2 strikes for that. But then later on, after telling and being an informant and all that, he got you know, poked up by these individuals with the, you know, having a green light on his head. And then he's like, oh, I'm not going to tell. I'm not going to tell. Then he's like, this is after telling and all that already, that your name's no good, you know. But as we see, it didn't matter, because he's still been trying to tell us these stories all this time. He's still been trying to claim this gang that has ties to the people that want to kill his motherfucking ass. But he's like, oh, I'm not going to tell. I'm not going to tell. Okay, I will tell, but they can't know, so it can't go to trial. They just got to take the plea. Then I believe he even did take the stand again. I don't know. But the point is, he ended up going to jail after all this, like trying to walk back his ratism. Like, you already did it, man. It's just, I don't know, man. The identity crisis of these individuals is just sickening, man. And real talk, I'm going to keep it a buck with y'all. That's why everyone, this era that we're living in, this blogosphere era, it's changed society. It's changed the way people grow up. It's changed the way people live life. So all the parents out there, not that you already didn't know this, but you really, really got to watch what your kids are doing when they're growing up, being on the blogosphere, and what kind of content they're taking in, and, you know, who they're talking to. That kind of stuff is obvious. But I'm saying, just like, talk to them about life. Maybe explain to them the truth about a lot of ish, you know, because this ish is poisoning people's minds in a way like we've never seen. You feel me? It's like when cigarettes first came out, they were putting commercials out that cigarettes were smooth and good for you, and the doctor recommended them. And then come to find out, they were nothing more than just a pure cancer-causing tool of the devil. You know what I'm saying? We're in this era with this blogosphere internet-ish where it's changing every day. People are getting wrapped up more and more in this, and, you know, it's something else, man. You know what I mean? You don't want kids grow up and have the identity crises like these goofy rat, wannabe lame, punk, soft, bum ass motherfuckers. So with that said, all that being said, I'm gonna sign out now. Once again, I just was so just taken aback. Like, this is mind blowing. And, you know, let me know if you see the connection in between GFace, Lil Ghost, and Snoopybadazz, and if you agree that they should link up, embrace the informant, snitch, rat, fake gangbanger lifestyle, link with Wack, and get that 6ix9ine feature. That would You know what I mean? That would really get them that fame that they want. You feel me? So let's talk about a sub up. Stay tuned for more. It's coffee, and I'm gone.